You two people. We are back in the wonderful, very bright and sunny right now, Shipshewana, Indiana, for the Ship Show. 2-day show, trade night tonight, show today, limited hours, full day tomorrow. Interested to see what this one is. The 5-year anniversary show. I'm curious to see what traffic looks like, how busy things, what's moving, what's shaking. We're only 2 weeks post the National, so we're kind of in an interesting spot there. If people have a little bit of card fatigue. I know myself personally, there was like a 30% chance that I wasn't going to come to the show just because, I had just done the Turnpike run out to Chicago. It's still recovering from that, just kind of mentally, even though I didn't really spend or buy much at that show. So, be curious to see if there's a little bit of a national hangover. I'll be curious to see what the repack activity is like. What's the sticky note brigade doing? Mostly from the angle of, they just spent a ton of money at the National, buying left, right, and center. Are they still out looking for inventory, or are they satiated for the time being? I think that's kind of something interesting to keep your eyes on. I brought some stuff to sell. I brought, looking for the usual non-sports autos, WWE autos, some J-Ram, some Manny, anything else that catches my eye. But we're head on in. Gonna snag my badge. It is ridiculously hot out here on the concrete, so we'll update once we're inside and walking around a little bit. Show floor's not even open yet. We got the sticky note bandits working deals. All right, show floor is now open. Sold a few things. It's beginning to fill in here a little bit. Show officially started about 15 minutes ago, but VIPs have been in for a little bit of time. So you can see the entrance has got a little bit of traffic in it. The back half of the show is still starting to fill in. But I did move some stuff. Already sold about a little over $1,000 worth of stuff. Sold the 2 Jose Ramirez Dynasty cards and moved off of the Griffey auto that I had. So we're already up about, was it like $1,050 already on those 2 or 3 cards. So already pretty good trip. Haven't seen too much that's caught my eye yet, but I have by no means done a full lap. I've mostly just been talking to people that I know and stuff. So the repack brigade is definitely out in force this show as well. So they are not worn out from the National by any means. But all right, we're going to look at some showcases and catch back up in a little bit. All right, there's about an hour left on the show floor. Just snuck out and grabbed a quick bite to eat because one thing about Shipshewana, the whole town shuts down at like 7 o'clock. So when you're in the middle of nowhere, you gotta get to getting if you actually want something for dinner. It's like influencer fest over here. Yeah, shows probably a little later than last time on a Friday. Friday's always hard to judge because he charges $5 to get on Fridays for the preview night, but Saturday's free, so Saturday's always a way bigger crowd. I have sold the Judge Red Refractor to 5. Got a little over $600 for it. One of those weird ones that nobody knows how to value the thing. Everyone's afraid because there's no comps on the card. It's so funny how people get scared of that stuff, where because there's no number out there, nobody wants to touch it. But I feel pretty good about that. A raw does, there are no raw comps. A raw hollow, just a normal one, does about 180-ish. An Otani Red recently sold for around $500. I think that hurt me a little bit because most people aren't going to value the Judge above the Otani, even in a New York specific insert. So I was in the card for basically nothing since I pack pulled it. So moved it for a little over $600. I have sold the 2 Ramirez Dynasties, which are kind of duplicates for me. And I sold the Griffey auto. So I'm up probably close to like $1,700. on the show so far. I haven't bought anything yet. I haven't really seen a ton. There's a few cool things here, but nothing has like jumped out of the page. I saw a cool couple WWE autos, but they ended up being sticker autos, not on card, and I'm a snob, so I don't like sticker autos, so I passed on those. I'm going to do a second lap on the show floor. I feel like I probably missed some tables on my first time through, and see if we could see anything with an hour left to go in the show. And then trade night tonight, obviously. I'll probably wrap both days just in the one little bit longer video. But all right, gonna get to walking around and see what we can find. All right, we're in here at trade night. Feels like there's way more people walking around than normal at this bad boy. But yeah, show-wise, it felt about on par with the last one for Friday. But trade night feels way, way busier in here. I still haven't seen anything. Actually, wow, I saw something, but nothing that I could afford. Someone has a Hayden Christensen, Ian McKellen dual superfractor auto for like $15K, which is wild looking. The autos were super clean on it. Great looking card. I saw it. I was just like, holy smokes. Just goes to show that you never know what's going to pop up at a trade night. Literally a Star Wars Grail superfractor auto at trade night. But I'd like to have a wife when I go home, so I don't think I'm buying a superfractor auto for $2K. Or 14K rather. But yeah, trade night's packed. I'm gonna keep roaming around in here. This is probably gonna wrap up day one. So successful day selling. Really not much to buy that caught my eye anyway. It's I will say this is on a side note. I have been asked more times today from dealers if I'm selling anything than any show that I could remember. Like every third or fourth table I was at, a dealer would just like casually ask, "Hey man, you selling anything? Like you got anything for sale?" The inventory crunch just continues to happen across all categories right now, and it's just wild. Like even if you even if prices are fair, I just can't even find anything that pops out to me. Like stuff's just getting so eaten up by the repack crowd. It's crazy. It's just crazy. So, all right, that's it for day one. If anything crazy happens, if I can pick up or something, I'll do a little update. But yeah, trade night is busy. So we'll be back at it tomorrow morning. Like I said, we're just gonna do this all probably in one video. So. Successful day selling, meh day buying, nothing catching my eye. But I got a lot of extra money in my pocket, so that's always a good thing. So we'll see you boys and girls tomorrow morning. Morning, you two people. Day two. Beautiful morning. You can tell it's going to be a hot one today, but gorgeous morning with the Shipshewana sunrise. Get ready to walk in for day two. It's early. Show floor doesn't even open for about 15 minutes, but I have a dealer badge so I could sneak in a little bit early. As I said last night, trade night busy. Show, medium, about on par with the last few ones. Success selling, no success buying. But I can understand how that could lead to frustration sometimes for people. You know, you go to a show, especially when you travel to one, and you can't find anything to buy. I think a trap that I always have to talk myself personally out of avoiding is just buying to buy. To feel like, well, I came all this way, I need to buy a card. Just to say, like, I bought something. And especially as a content creator, it's like all I could do, you know, pickup video or something if I buy something, whatever. I think that could be a trap that people fall into. So I try to avoid that as much as possible and not force something, not just buy something just to buy something. So we're going to try to avoid that today. Hopefully we can find something. But it's tough out there in the streets right now. We talk about it to death. Kind of the repackification of the hobby. And you're really feeling it at card shows. Probably a topic for a full video to chat about, but dealers are getting impacted by it. Just folks walking around shows are getting impacted by it. Like I said in the last night's video, there really seems to be an inventory shortage. I have never gotten asked to sell so much at a show as I did yesterday. It's crazy. You selling? You selling? You selling? And I don't even have a case on me. I don't even carry a card case on me. So, all right, we're gonna head in. See what Saturday looks like here. All right, show floor is officially open. We got the world famous pretzel ladies getting ready to whip out some pretzels. We got ComC setting up, getting ready to do drop-offs. Shout out channel partner ComC. But the main show floor is open. Been open for about 20 minutes now. Starting to fill in. Pretty nice in here. Nice little mellow start to the morning. I'm officially on the board. I've spent money. That is right. I went to a card show and I purchased an item. And about Pokemon. I got a really good deal on a Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center ETB. Wasn't necessarily looking for it, but the price was extremely good, so I snagged it. But yeah, show's been open for a few minutes. Things are starting to fill in. We got Card Collector 2 on the scene. We got Logan back there for great sports cards. We got Influencer Row here. We got Shannon cards. We got the big celebrity, the king of cards. So I'll be honest, I'm not real familiar with this stuff, but he is a line a mile long already. But yeah, show floor's filling in good. Lots of from a like dealer perspective, like what I'm seeing in showcases. One, there is a lot of Pokemon here. Two, everyone's got their football out. You could tell the season starts in a couple of weeks because everybody has their football cards out. If you want modern quarterbacks, downtown, kabooms, a card show in August is the place for you because they are everywhere. Pricing, same thing I always say about pricing. There's dealers here that want to sell things, and there are dealers here that do not want to sell things. Just like any card show, you see a mix and match of both. Happy that I found the deal on the PC ETB. That's a nice little stash. That'll go on the shelf. Stash that one away for a while. I don't think I'm going to find anything else. I don't know. I've done one other full lap this morning and nothing really grabbed me. I'm going to do another lap walking the opposite direction, front to back instead of left to right, before it gets too crazy in here this morning. But I just mostly kind of want to see how busy things get by usually by 10 a.m. is when things really fill in here. It's only 20 after 9. And once again, already this morning walking around, I've been asked a ton if I am selling anything. So there for sure seems to be a inventory crunch at the moment. The sticky note brigade has been around. You got one. Oh, there's a sighting right there. Anytime you see someone, anytime you see anyone in their mid-20s sitting backwards on a Zion case, you know what's going down. The sticky notes and the Sharpies come out, and they get to work. But all right, we're gonna dig around a little bit, see if I can find anything at all cool to buy, but it's not looking good at this point in time. But happy with the one pickup, happy with selling a bunch of stuff. And yeah, we'll update again, probably do a little wrap up from the perch before I leave. So, all right, we're up here on the perch. It's about 10 a.m. Show floor has officially been open for an hour. It's filled in pretty nicely here. It feels a little lighter than last time, but it actually, I mean, maybe a dealer would have a different perspective on this. From a show attendee, it feels like the right size crowd, if that makes sense. Like, tables are busy, but it's, you could get around. I could get up to a table if I want to. I don't have to fight through 100 different people. You can see off to the left there's a long line. One of the cool things that Brad does at this show is, if you have kids, it's great. They have a kids scavenger hunt that you could go get a little map, and then you run around to a bunch of different specific dealer tables and get your map stamped, and then you go win a contest, I think, for stuff. I forget what the prizes are. I know they were giving away a Zion case. And then he has all the big-time dealers down that first main row there. That's where Ryan set up. You got Logan right here in the front. Indy Card Exchange. King of Cards is set up over there. He has a huge line already. And then the general show floor, like I said, pretty busy. Not a record-setting crowd, I don't believe, but still pretty good, especially when you consider, we're 2 weeks post-national, I think, which I didn't realize this. Seems super early. I guess a lot of kids around here went back to school this week, which seems kind of crazy. So I kind of talked a little bit about it in the last little segment. Football everywhere, tons of football, not surprising. Decent chunk of Pokemon here. A mix of modern baseball and basketball, and a little tiny bit of vintage is the general layout. And today, I said it earlier, today I continue to get asked a lot if I am selling anything at all. And, you normally get asked when you're walking around, but this feels extreme, especially considering I'm not carrying a card case with me. I have just a little Zion case with me. A little shoulder strap one, like a little individual one like Flipping Steve carries all the time. And that's it. So it's not like I have like this massive Zion case around my shoulder that is like, oh, he clearly has a bunch of cards to probably sell. So there definitely seems to be a weird push-pull on inventory at the moment for dealers, especially stuff that like the Repack Brigade is looking for. And the Repack Brigade was definitely here. I saw the backward Zion case sitters with the sticky notes and the Sharpies running around, especially yesterday. You don't see it as much on Saturday. Usually they like to get in or do their rounds before the show floor really opens up with dealer badges or whatever. And man, the scavenger hunting is super popular. Line's all the way back to here now. On the scavenger hunt, I don't ever remember seeing the line that long for it, but I don't know that I've ever super paid attention to it before. So I'm probably going to hit the road pretty quick here, get out of here a little bit earlier than normal. Usually I hang around till about 11, but I was able to cover a lot of the ground yesterday. And like I said, nothing really grabbed me. The one pickup being the Pokemon Center ETB, got a great deal on that for like $255. They're doing almost $300 right now. So I'll stash that away. I don't have a piece of ETB or Prismatic, so happy to stash that one away. Had a very successful show selling. I sold the Griffey auto. I sold the 2 Jose Ramirez patches. I sold the Judge Red Refractor. I sold a couple of the low-end Hall of Fame autos that I had. I had like that Vlad Sr. and Jose Canseco auto. JT from Triple Crown bought those. So, yeah. From a selling perspective, pretty good. I think I'm up. I think I sold about $1,700-$1,800 worth of stuff, maybe even a little bit more than that. So that's good. I still have a bunch of cash left over from the National too. So I guess I'm just going to roll it forward. I don't really, in regards to big shows, I don't have anything card-wise planned the rest of the year for like big travel shows. I'll be at New York Comic Con, obviously, but I usually don't go there to buy a ton of high-end stuff. It's mostly for the con exclusive stuff and autographs and things like that. So I don't know if maybe sometimes in the winter I'll sneak out to like a Philly or a Chantilly show or something. So maybe I'll end up doing one of those. But this was probably my last planned travel show of the year that's not New York Comic Con. But yeah, a little disappointed I couldn't find anything, but that, you know, is what it is. You never know what you're gonna find. I've come to shows and had massive successes, and go to shows and you just whiff. But like I said, a positive selling experience at this one. Trade night was slammed last night. I didn't really do much there. It was cool to see that Superfractor 101, Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen auto. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up. I gotta go grab that piece of ETB off of one of my buddies that's holding it for me. I'm probably gonna snag a pretzel for late breakfast / early lunch, and get on the road. Got some fantasy football podcasts lined up and ready to go, and a 4-hour drive to knock them out, because it's that time of year. Got to get ready for the Flipping Steve League and a handful of others. But that's a wrap from Shipshewana, unless something crazy happens in 15, 20 minutes it's going to take me to get out of here. But another successful show. If you're in the area, I would highly recommend coming to check it out, even if you can only make it one day. They do a lot of really fun stuff. So that's a wrap from Ships. We will catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.